The autumn budget has been delivered against a gloomy backdrop for the UK economy, and there's not much comfort there for people struggling to get by. Universal credit continues to roll out, but there have been some procedural changes, and the most important of these is probably the run-on of housing benefit for 2 weeks after the transition to this new monthly paid benefit. That will hopefully reduce the shocking number of people falling into rent arrears after moving onto universal credit. Housing is very much the focal point of this budget, and the Chancellor is treading a difficult tightrope between wooing younger voters and not alienating older voters who tend to be homeowners. Homeowners often view their homes not just as a place to live but also a store of wealth, and indeed government policymakers also look to that store of wealth as a potential policy solution to topping up retirement income or funding long-term care, a policy area, by the way, that was noticeably absent from this budget. On the other hand, younger people desperately need housing to become more affordable. The budget confirmed the extra £10 million for the Help to Buy scheme, which helps first-time buyers to buy a newly built home. And of course, the rabbit out of the hat in this budget was the cut in stamp duty for first-time buyers. Now, measures like these that work on the demand side of the housing market are often criticised because they may just push up prices rather than bringing more people into the market. So it's extremely important that the supply side measures to increase the number of houses being built that the Chancellor announced in the budget come on stream as soon as possible. Some of them are the subject of consultation, and so there may be a bit of a slow burn here. However, if we look at that cut in stamp duty a bit more closely, its effect on the housing market might not be very great. If you look at London, where the average price being paid by first-time buyers is around £420,000, then yes, indeed, they may benefit from the full £5,000 saving in stamp duty that the Chancellor mentioned in his speech. And that might be enough to tip the balance between deciding to buy or not. However, if we look at the country as a whole, where the average price paid by first-time buyers is closer to £200,000, then the saving is more like £1,600. And if you look at areas such as beautiful, vibrant Newcastle upon Tyne, where I had the great pleasure to be at an OU degree ceremony recently, then house prices are much lower, and so the stamp duty saving on average would only be around about £400, enough for a very nice housewarming party maybe, but hardly enough to help you buy your first home.